phone on mute. Doing a back to basics class today, and all we need is a chair and a set of weights. So it's up to you what you want to use. I'm just going to grab some little 1 kilo ones. You can use water bottles or tin veggies, whatever you want, whatever you've got lying around, and we'll get started in just a moment. Standing with our feet a bit wider than our hips, we can get some gap this from side to side. Slowly bending up, like so. Next, we're going to swing our arms backwards, nice, slow and control, warming up through the shoulders. If it's a bit heavy, pop your hands on your shoulders and just circle with the elbows. Backwards, forward. So long arms or short arms, do it. Bending the knees slightly. We're going to do some forward punches to warm up. Keep the knees nice and soft. Engaging your core to support your lower back. The faster you go with your arms, the harder it will be. More find the intensity. And we're going to switch up to above our head. So if you can go all the way up. Again, the faster you go, the harder it will be. Or you can just do little ones up in front. So listen to your body. We'll do whatever works best. 3, 2, 1. Switching back to forward punches. 4. Those arms moving at the beginning, nice and warm. Keep going. Keep your shoulders relaxed. All right, last 20 seconds. Punching up above your head. Breathing. Make the movement smaller if you need to. You can take your arms off. 3, 2, 1. Check them off. All right, we're going to do a bit of a coordination with our arms. So feet a little bit closer, knees slightly bent, arms, elbows bent, sorry. So using one arm, we're going to go up, out, in, down. Up, out, in, down. Good. Nice and control. Up, out, in, down. 2 more on this side. Last one. Good. And the other arm, up, out, in, down. Up, out, in, down. Good. Shoulders relaxed. Up, out, in, down. Last 2. Good. Last one. All right, now we're going to go both at the same time. Up, out, in, down, up, out, in, down. Good. Keep going. 2 more. Up, out, in, down. Last one. Good. Can we reverse it? Elbows, hands, up, in. Elbows, hands, up, in. Good. Keep going. 2 more. Elbows, hands, up, in. Elbows, hands, up, in. Good. All right, let's get the legs nice and warm. So we're just going to start off walking on the spot. So knees don't have to go overly high. At the moment, just trying to get that blood circulating through our legs, getting them nice and warm. You're letting the arms swing nice and comfortably to the sides. All right, we're going to step out to the right, in, out to the left, in. So a little bend of the knees each time. Out, in, out, in. Good. The lower you go with your little bends, the warmer you'll get, or the harder it is. Out, in, out, in. Good. Out, out. 2 more each side. Nice little bends. Last one. Good. All right, next one we're going to do is butt kick. So heels up to the bottom, alternating from side to side. Up and up. Nice and comfortable. Getting those legs going. Another 10 seconds of this one. Nice and cozy. Warming up through those legs. Last 3, 2, 1. Last one we're going to do for our warm-up is just a few little calf raises. So up onto the toes and down. If you need something to hold on to for your balance, that's fine. So just up and down. You can go a little bit faster. Up, down, warming up through those calves. Last 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. All right, shaking it off. All right, grab a drink if you need to. That's the warm-up done. So we're going to get into the main part of the exercise routine today. So we're going to step out wide for the first one. We're going to start with sumo squats. So feet step out nice and wide, toes turned out on about a 45-degree angle. Keeping your chest up straight, we're going to drop our hips straight down and push up. So making sure those knees are going out over those toes. They're not falling in or out too much. And staying up nice and tall. So going out and up. So usually this is more comfortable if you have knee problems, having them out wider. Keep the chest up nice and tall. The lower you go, the tougher it will be. Pushing up through your heels. Last 2. Last 1. Good. And coming up, grabbing your weights if you've got any. We're going to do upright rowing. So feet underneath our hips, hands in front of our thighs. So we're going to slide the weight up the front of our body, keeping our elbows higher than our hands, and down. So if you can come up to your chest and chicken wing up, then that's fine. But if you're coming up and you're rotating and those weights are coming higher than your hands, then you're going too high. So listen to your body. So if you get to here and come down, that's completely fine. So just working on our shoulders, sliding up, lowering down, keeping the knees nice and relaxed. Last 3, 2, last 1. Good. Popping those legs down. We're going to come to our second round of sumo squats. So stepping out wide, toes turned out. Keeping your chest up nice and tall, lowering the hips down, pushing up through the heels. So lower, push up, making sure those knees are going out over those toes, down and up. Good. Nice and controlled. Make the movement smaller if you're getting any pain in your knee joints. Otherwise, take it as low as you comfortably can. Down and up. Last 2. Last 1. Coming up, shaking it off. Grabbing those weights again for our second set of upright rows. Feet underneath hips, knees slightly bent, hands in front of thighs. Rolling up through the front and lowering down. Keeping those elbows higher than those hands. Lift and lower. Good. Keeping those elbows high, lifting up, lowering down. Knees nice and soft. Last 3, 2, Last one. Good. All right. Popping those weights down. Next, we're going to do a bit of balance. So if you need something nearby for a bit of balance support, whether it's a wall, a chair, or a bench, we're going to start with putting one foot right in front of the other if you can. If that's a bit too difficult, come slightly off to the side to make it a bit easier. Otherwise, one foot in front of the other, and if you can, letting go of any support. If you need to hold on, please hold on. Nice and relaxed. Shoulders are relaxed. Looking straight forward if you can. Try not to look at the floor. Just holding the balance. Give another 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Relax. Swapping sides. Other foot in front. Standing up nice and tall. And when you're ready, taking that hand down. Nice and relaxed. Straight forward. Last 3, 2, 1. Relax. Good. All right. While we're here next to the chair or bench, whatever you've got. So I'm using the back of the chair. So we're going to do bent over row next. So having a weight in one hand, opposite foot is forward, other leg steps back. So we're going to be leaning forward, so bent over a row, so leaning forward over the back of the chair, back roughly on a 45-degree angle. Arm relaxed nice and low, hanging from your shoulder. Then we're going to lead with the elbow to poke up to the ceiling behind you and lower down. So lift and lower, getting that elbow as high as you can up behind you, lifting up, lowering down. Good. Nice and comfortable. All the way up, all the way down. Last 3, 2, last 1. Good. And we're going to swap sides. So weight into the other hand, opposite foot forward, back nice and straight, elbow up to the ceiling and lowering down. So lift and lower, getting that elbow as high as you can behind you. Lift up, go down. Last 3, 2, last 1. Good. Popping the weight down. Grab a drink if you need to. Otherwise, we're going to move on to the next one. Next one we're going to go back to the tandem balance. So one foot in front of the other. Standing up nice and tall, and if you can, hands down, looking straight forward, nice and relaxed. Again, if you need to, bring that front foot slightly wider if you need the extra balance support. Give another 5 seconds. Good. And relax. Swapping sides, other foot in front, standing up nice and tall, looking straight forward. And if you're ready, relaxing that hand. So you're not holding on to balance, or if you need to, have your hands hovering over the bench or whatever's nearby. Shoulders nice and relaxed. Normal, slow breathing. Another 5 seconds. Relaxing there. Good. Grabbing that weight. Coming back to our second set of bent over row. So taking about half a meter back from your chair. The foot that has the foot that's on the same side as the hand that has the weight. Step back. So opposite foot forward, leaning over the front, over the back of the chair. Nice straight back. Rolling up and relaxing down. So elbow up towards the ceiling, controlling down, lift and lower. Good. Lifting up, lower down. Nice and control. Up and lower. Last 3, 2, last 1. Good. Coming up swapping sides, opposite, so weight in opposite hand, opposite foot forward, leaning over the back of the chair, elbow up, controlling down. So up as high as you can. Poke through that feeling behind you, lift and lower. Good. Last 4, 3, 2, last 1. Good. Coming up. Okay, feeling good. All right. Next one we're going to do standing hip abduction. So standing up nice and tall. If you need balance support, then go for it. We're just going to lift our foot out to the side and lower down. So hand on your hip. You're going to make sure that this outside hip, as you're lifting that leg, doesn't lift up. You also want to make sure that you're not leaning to the side. So standing up nice and tall, and that leg moves out and in. So think more along with that foot rather than up. The height itself doesn't matter. You should feel it on the outside of the hip. You might also feel it on the outside of the standing hip as well. Good. 3 more. Supporting knees slightly bent. Last one. Good. Taking it off. And then we're going to come to the other side. So stopping your chair over or whatever you can balance on. Lifting the other leg out and down. Supporting knees slightly bent so the pressure is going through the muscles rather than the joint. Standing up nice and tall, trying not to lean. Lift and control back in as well. So slowly out, slowly in. Last 3, 2, last 1. Good. Taking it off. All right, next one we're going to do is called donkey kicks. So leaning over the back of the chair, feet together, knees slightly bent. We're going to take one knee up towards the chest, and then we're going to push the heel back. So knee in, heel back. So we want a nice long line from our head, hips, and toes. So we're not arching back. In, kick back. So as you kick back, squeeze your bottom on that side and control in, squeeze out, in. Good. Nice and controlled. Remember to keep that supporting leg slightly bent. In and out. Last 2. Last 1. Squeeze. And swap inside. Other knee into the chest. Heel pushes out. Knee in. Heel out. Squeezing that bottom behind you. Squeeze and pull in. If you feel anything in your lower back, pull your belly button up towards your spine and keep your foot lower behind you rather than trying to push up. Otherwise, you press it arm through your back. Push, pull in, last 2, last 1, and relax. Good. Taking it off. So those 2 will work on the hip. So if you're feeling it a bit tight, we'll go through a nice stretch at the end. So we're going to go back to our standing hip abduction. So standing up nice and tall, balance if you need it, reaching out, controlling in, supporting knee slightly bent, other one out long, slowly in. So you're just going as high as you feel on the outside of the hip, keeping those hips nice and level so that outside hip isn't lifting up. Standing up tall. Last 3, 2, last 1. Good. Shaking it off. Going to the other side. Reaching long. Controlling in. Slight bend in the supporting knee. Reach out. Control in. Standing up nice and tall. Making sure you're not leaning to the side. Reach and lower. Good. 3 more. Last 2, last 1, and shaking it off. Now we've got our donkey kicks. So leaning over the back of the chair, stepping back with your feet, knees slightly bent. So a nice straight back, belly button in towards your spine, pull the knee, one knee in towards your chest, kick the heel back. So knee in, heel back, squeezing that bottom as you come back, knee up, heel out. Watching that as you kick back, that hip isn't rotating out, trying to keep them level. Belly button in towards the spine. In, out, last two. Last one. And swapping five. So other knee up towards the chest. Keep the heel out. Knee in, heel out. Belly button up towards your spine to support that lower back. Supporting knee slightly bent. Squeezing that bottom as you kick back. Knee in, heel out. Last two. Last one. And relax down. Taking it off. Grab a drink if you need to. We're going to take a seat next on our chair with a weight in each hand. So sitting forward on the edge of the chair with your feet flat on the floor, hip distance apart. Sitting up nice and tall, hands by your sides. We're just going to curl up towards our shoulders and controlling down. So lift, squeeze the bicep. So squeezing the front of the arms as you come up, lowering all the way down. Squeeze up, lower down, nice straight back. Good. Lift and lower. 3 more. Last 2. Last 1. And relax. Popping those legs on the floor. Staying in this position, sitting up nice and tall, we're going to squeeze one leg up towards the ceiling and then down and then over to the other side. So squeeze the toes to the ceiling and down. Think of pulling that kneecap up towards your hip and down. So squeeze up, control down, sitting up nice and tall, trying not to lean back as you're lifting that foot. If you are, keep it at a lower angle. If you're tempted to roll back because you're coming up too high. Swapping sides. Squeeze up, control down. Good. Sitting up nice and tall, using those abdominal muscles to keep you up posture-wise. 2 more each side. Good. Last one each side. Squeeze and relax. Take it off. Good. All right. And grabbing your weights, we're going back to bicep curls. Sitting forward on the edge of your chair, sitting up nice and tall. Hands by your sides, curling up to your shoulders and controlling down. So squeeze those biceps as you come up. Even if your weights feel really light, you still make it feel like more of a workout. Squeeze it up and control it down. Squeeze and relax. So don't let it squeeze you come down. Otherwise, we're using momentum rather than your muscle strength. Last 2. Last one. Good. And popping the weight down. Sitting up nice and tall, going to our quad extension or knee extension. Squeeze the toe up to the ceiling and relax down. So squeeze up, control down. Shoulders nice and relaxed. It's just a lower body workout. Squeeze and relax. So pull that kneecap up towards your hips and down. Squeeze and lower. Good. Sitting up nice and tall. 3 more each side. Good. Last 2 each side. Up and lower. Last one. And relax. Taking it off. All right, we're going to finish off with 30 seconds worth of sit-to stands. So you can go as fast or as slow as you want, but make them full repetition. So what I mean by that is when you stand up, come all the way up and sit all the way down. So it's not little ones, up and up. We're going through the full range. So 30 seconds is going to start in 3, 2, 1. Pushing up to stand tall, controlling back down. Pushing up, controlling down. Hand can either be on your hips or across your chest. Getting most comfortable. All the way up, all the way down. 10 seconds to go. Nice and controlled. Making sure those knees stay out over those toes and aren't falling in at all. 4, 3, 2, 1. Relax. Good. Take it off. While we're here, we'll do some stretches. So sitting forward on the edge of your chair. That's the workout, the main part of the workout done. Now we do the stretches and a bit of a cool down. So if you want to grab a drink, feel free. First one we're going to do feet flat on the floor, hands across your chest, and we're just going to twist from side to side. So just go as far as you comfortably can. Twisting from side to side. One more each side. Coming back to the center, this time we're going to go shoulder to hip, off the shoulder to hip. So making that space smaller on each side. 4, bend, and bend. Forward. One more each side. And coming up, taking one arm, we're going to go straight across the body, pull it in, stretching the shoulder. So trying to keep the arm that's across your body, you want it straight if you can, so you'll get more of a stretch through the shoulder. And breathe. Swap sides, one arm straight across, pull it into a stretch. Nice and relaxed. Bring the breathing rate down to a normal resting pace. Down. Next, we're going to stretch the hamstring. So sitting on the edge of your chair, sitting up nice and tall, one leg out straight, toe pointed to the ceiling, keeping the chest up, leaning forward at the hips. So we've got a nice straight back. You can feel a nice stretch down the back of the straight leg. If you need to, pop your hands on the bent leg for support. And think more chest to toe rather than nose to toe. Up and other side. Toe to ceiling, sitting up tall, leaning forward at the hips. Hands on the bent leg if you need the support. And coming up. Next one, we're going to use the back of the chair and do our calves. So one foot steps back, both feet flat on the floor, bend the front knee and push the hips forward until you feel a stretch on the back lower leg, making sure that that back heel is still on the floor. Shoulders nice and relaxed. Nice, deep breath coming back down to a normal resting level. Swap it sides, other foot steps back, both feet flat on the floor, bend the front knee and move the hips forward till you feel a stretch through the back calf, keeping that back heel down and both feet pointing straight forward, the back foot in. A lot of people tend to turn out. Coming up. All right, next one we're going to do is a quad stretch, so for the front of the thigh. If you can, grabbing your foot behind you. If you can't quite reach that, standing in front of a chair or something raised and popping the toe on, you should feel a stretch down the front of that bent leg. You can either grab it from there or you can just hold that stretch. Feel a nice pull through the front of the bent leg. Opposite sides, other foot up. So if you can, you've got the flexibility, try and keep your knees together rather than out to the side. Keep breathing. down. All right, next one, we're going to step our left foot across our right foot, and then we're going to push our right hip out. You can feel a nice stretch on the outside of the hip there. So front leg can bend slightly to help balance you, but most of that stretch is on that back leg. Okay. Down the legs, and next we're going to go right foot over left foot, push the left hip out. So the foot that's back is the hip that you're pushing out. You can feel a nice stretch on the outside of that hip. Shoulders nice and relaxed. Coming up, shaking off, and you're all done. Good job today. If you have any issue, please don't hesitate to send a chat message. It should be all good. Hopefully there wasn't any pain with any of those exercises. Thanks, guys.